So,
I would like to start by saying that the facilitators were outstanding. They were knowledgeable. They kept us engaged. You know, we felt that we were really a part of the process, and the information was outstanding.
And I'd endorse that. What I liked about both facilitators is that they modeled what a co-teaching format, if you will, is supposed to be a typical co-teaching format is supposed to be like.
Okay.
And yeah, very knowledgeable in their area. And we got wonderful ideas, you know, that we didn't get to implement everything that we got, but were able to do some of it as well.
Yes. The fact that Dr. Morgan and I were there together really, really helped, because we were able to come back and say, oh, okay, we can use this, as we did use, in particular, teaching the story, and we had watched it being modeled in the class, and it worked very, very well. The kids were very engaged.
Very engaged, yes, they were.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You know, just to add that it's a pity that we didn't have more people participating, because I think it was very beneficial, especially to have both teachers there, the general ed teacher and the special education teacher.
I agree. The in-service was so enjoyable, and it's really one of the few where I actually came away excited, where I knew I learned something.
And despite the fact that it was a Saturday morning, I mean, I got up and was there on time. And the good thing is, it wasn't long and drawn out.
It felt very short.
Yes, it was very short. You know, just in time. By 12, we were out of there. So that was good.
So similar to students, if you're engaged, the learning process is not a long, laborious.
Exactly. Because we would look up and say, "It's time already."
Yes, that's right.
All of us were saying that. You know?
Yes,
so that was awesome.
So that was good.
Okay. Well, again, thank you, ladies, both for your participation, and look forward to doing even greater things next year.
I thoroughly enjoyed the class. It was very informative. I was very helpful as well in the classroom. It showed that if two teachers work together, then they can be really successful, more successful with the students. And I just, thought it was good instructors. And I just thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would recommend that a lot of teachers attend the same class as well. Thank you.
Well, the co-teaching pilot was awesome, because most of the time we're thrown into a classroom working with another teacher and not really fully understanding the roles of each teacher. And the training that we received last summer prepped us to enter the school year with a different, mindset, a different paradigm. And so we found it very helpful, and the training was hands-on. We had an opportunity to actually learn about each other, not just on a level as far as work, but personally, and how to deal with different issues as they arise personally and professionally in the classroom. And so it made the first semester of co-teaching very, I think, effective, because both of us had a role in the classroom. We were both looked at as teachers, not, the main teacher and a helper or a paraprofessional. So it helped us project a positive, team to the students, because they pick up on that very easily.
Okay. Did you co-teach with the same teacher in the previous year, or no?
No.
Okay, so this was your first experience co-teaching. Okay. And as far as the materials as it related to content, did you find it useful in the in that whole co-teaching arena? The content pieces, or not as?
I did find it useful. I didn't get as much as the math teacher. Okay. So, but what I did receive did come in handy and useful.
Okay. Do you think, just in observations of, did you co-teach at all last year?
Yes, it was like off and on. Okay. So, not really consistent.
Okay. Well, just in your observation, do you think students, because of the experience that you and Miss Olson had, benefited or got more out of the actual lesson than perhaps previous years without the benefit of the training?
Yes, I think all of the students did, because we didn't, I wasn't just working with the general student and she was just working with the special needs students. We worked with all the students. So, I mean, where I was, maybe had some difficulties reaching a child, she would, step in, and the same, vice versa. So I think all of them benefited.
I think the pilot was effective. I especially enjoyed the summer training. I got a few days where we talked about teachers' learning styles and identifying student learning styles. There were a lot of tasks before us that were that I'd never seen before, that could really help teachers identify their students and help set up some of those groupings for the school year. And I thought that was very effective. Then throughout the year, I participated in the ELA training, and when Miss LaVue got her co-teacher to help us with it, it did help display the different roles that the co-teacher and the teacher could take. So I think the modeling of the behavior was good, and we learned different research-based strategies that I think can be effective for all students. So overall, I think those who participated should have gotten something out of it, each and every learning opportunity.
When I was given the opportunity to have our school participate in the pilot, I was very excited. It was so timely because as a school, we had started thinking about best practices for implementing co-teaching, and actually thought that we would have to do it on our own. So it was a great opportunity, and we jumped at the chance to join the pilot, and we were not disappointed at all. The outcome for us is when you step into the co-teaching classroom, you cannot tell which teacher is the general teacher and which teacher is the special education teacher. They are complete partners in the process. So the special education teacher actually learns the content from the general education teacher, and the general education teacher learns how to provide the special education services. So they actually sort of melt into one body, per se. The best part to me, the best aspect of the pilot was the training. The teachers raved about it. They felt that what they were learning was relevant to what they were doing in the classroom, and they were very, very eager about attending the training. The only downside, I think, in my opinion, was the PLCs were run on Saturdays, and I know some teachers were had other things going on and weren't able to participate fully in the PLCs. Our PLCs, our grade level teams that meet during the day, have really been struggling with just coming together as real professional learning communities, and that's with 2 to 3 days a week meeting. So I think if I were to give a suggestion or to reflect on what I think would have made the PLCs more effective, was how could we integrate the PLC in the regular school day. I don't know if that's possible, but what we've done at our school is we include a special education teacher on every grade level team, and we include the special education lead teacher as part of the leadership team. That was our own school-based, homemade way of creating PLCs, including special education. But other than that, I thought the pilot was awesome. The resources and the training, again, was superb, and my compliments to those people who actually planned it and implemented it.